Man, we are coming to you tonight under wildly different circumstances than I assumed we would be when I woke up this morning. It really just everything has gone to shit. We're down a captain once again. This is a Mo-less Mo-cast. Mo is on a date, assumedly with Paul, because I don't know any woman that would ever look at Mo. What do you think, Violet? What do you think if you had to guess? Where does this girl that Mo is going out with fall on the attractiveness scale from 1 to 10? What is your guess?
Oh, do you think Mo would how low would Mo go? That's the real
Um,
question. Because it's
it
it's not
seems.
really the question of like who's picking Mo. It's more like who does Mo pick?
Hold on, I'm gonna turn my AC off. I see it lighting up my shit. Let's hope I don't melt during the podcast.
You just melt to death. That's fine.
That's fine. So I think Mo would settle for pretty low. But it seems like he particularly likes this girl. If it was just any other date, I would guess like a 2 or 3. But he
Oh,
seems pretty
really?
invested in this. He seems pretty invested in this girl, so I'm gonna go with 5.
Yeah, I was gonna go around a 5 or a 6 just because like the way Mo like thumbnails,
Hmm.
when he puts booby ladies in the thumbnail, they're like what the average old guy would think is a 9.
I see what you're saying.
So like I don't think he would go too low. I don't think he would go for a 3.
But I think he knows in his mind that he is a 1 and would take what he can get.
Oh, poor guy. At least give him a 2.
Yeah, okay. He's at least a 2.
He's
No,
not
no,
fully
no,
bald
no
yet.
visible meth sores, so he's at least a 2.
Right. And there's still a little hair. Like there's some
a,
strays.
a little bit.
It's hanging on for dear life.
We also were supposed to have a celebrity guest today that we had to push to next week.
Yeah, no spoilers, but keep your eyes open.
It's gonna be a good one. I was gonna spoil it, but Violet said no spoilers, so I'm not gonna spoil it.
Well, because then what if we say it and then it doesn't happen again?
That's true. That's true. My logic was even if it doesn't happen next week, I'm confident at this point that it will happen, so I
Yeah,
can
it'll
say
happen.
it. But we'll keep it a surprise.
As of,
'Cause
and of course, let's cat's out of the bag. It's Timothy Chalamet.
yep, Timothy Chalamet is coming on the mocast. We're gonna be asking. He's gonna have like, some exclusives on Dune 3 ready for us.
That would be a crazy pull. What do you think's the craziest pull you could make?
Hold on, 1 second, Violet.
Oh, goodbye. All right, guys, welcome to the Violet Cast. My name is Violet. These are my co-hosts, Violet and Violet. Say what's up, you guys.
Sorry about that. What did you ask?
I said, what do you think's the craziest pull we could get?
I mean, probably not too crazy unless like we just get really lucky. Like we've had semi big podcasters on the show, I guess. Like I
Semi-big's a
guess
strong word. No offense to
like
anyone.
I think probably Asterios is the biggest name we pulled. Uh I guess maybe we could pull Dick, and that might be slightly bigger than Asterios, but I don't know about
Well,
any higher
definitely
aims
bigger.
than that.
Was Dick not on here? No, I guess Dick wasn't. No.
No, he was on we did largest issue in the galaxy 107 or 108 with Dick. But he was never on this show. He was supposed to do 108 of the issue crew too, but then he fucking got sick, the bitch. We stopped doing episode numbers on this show, so there was no 108 to entice him, but maybe I can still get him on.
We'll get him on for episode 100.
No, no, we're past episode 100 by this point.
Yeah, we'll get him on for episode 100.
Oh, we're just gonna pretend it's episode 100.
Yeah, it's episode 100.
Or we'll just pretend it's 108 because it'll definitely come on.
Oh, right.
Yeah, yeah. I think people have done that to him before. It's
So
like,
just
welcome to
pretend.
episode 108 of our podcast, and it's episode like 9.
Oh my god.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe I'll pay Monkey to come on. That could be fun.
That sounds horrible.
Does it? You think?
Is he even still exist?
Yeah, he still does podcasts and shit all the time. I'm still a fan.
Oh man.
Yeah, whatever. He did some shit 5 years ago. Who cares?
Wait, how do we transition into the main show without Mo?
Well, assumedly, I at some point will go. I wanted to a skiddly diddly do, but I had not yet found my opening. But I guess I'm being hooked off the stage for this cold open, so I'll go ahead and get it going here. A one, a two, a skiddly diddly do. Hey everybody, how you doing? How you doing? Welcome to the MoCast. I am your fill-in host for this evening, Riley, and I am of course joined by my fellow MoCast co-host, one Miss Violet. How are you today?
I'm doing great.
And what I know is this is going to be much better than if you were Kang instead.
Why? What's the Kang and Riley cast like?
Not great.
I didn't. What was the nickname for that one? Didn't have all of them have nicknames, right?
I don't think we ever came up with a nickname for me and Kang. We
It's
came
that
up
bad,
with
huh?
Yeah, no. But like, we weren't expect. But when we came up with the nicknames, there was never a Molus Mocast, so we didn't make plans for what the Molus combinations would be.
Okay.
So we had names for like all four of us. We had names for Ryu and Mo, names for Ryu and Kang, names for Mo and Kang, and Mo and you and Mo and me. But not for other combinations that don't involve Mo. So that's a whole new ball game. I think I am going to get rid of the name though, because now pretty much the only name that's going to apply is Original Peaches, and I know Mo hated that the whole time, so I think I'm just going to not do the names anymore.
Well, you got to do the original Peaches.
Okay, if you say so, I'll do
Well,
it.
yeah, if it annoys Mo, that's funny.
Yes. Okay then. Never mind. We're
See,
still doing
Mo's not here
Original
to veto it.
Peaches. Well, right now the Original Peaches are incomplete because he's one of the Original Peaches.
That's true. But like, we can make any changes to the podcast we want right now. Like the
That's true.
formula, anything. He has no
We
say in
could
it.
we could do whatever the fuck we want. We could talk about porn games
Yeah,
if
we
we
could talk
wanted.
about what does Mo hate? We could talk about how much
Uh,
wrestling sucks.
We could talk about cum because that was what happened 2 weeks ago when we did the podcast.
Does
Me,
he
Mo,
hate
and
cum?
yeah, he doesn't like talking about others men's cum, I guess. Which I don't know. There was a whole comedy event about that recently, so it seems like maybe that's not a popular opinion. But it was like 2 weeks ago before we had this soft reboot idea. This is why this soft reboot happened, is because me, Mo, Crow, and Kang started the show, and me and Crow did like 15 minutes of cum jokes, and then Mo like rage quit the podcast over it.
Oh my god. Oh, did he like leave?
Yeah, he said this is terrible. We're not doing this, and he tried to get us to restart, and I argued with him about keeping it. And I was like, "Fine, we'll restart." And he was like, "No, you know what? I don't even want to do it today. I don't even know if I want to do it ever again."
Oh man, that brings me back to the Lost episode.
Was there a lost episode that we did too?
No, I don't. I think this was before you, but yeah, Mo like completely crashed out on a guest,
This was
and it.
before me?
I think so.
Wow.
Yeah, I think Mo completely. I think Mo was coming off of meds, like an SS or an SNRI, and then just completely crashed out.
Well then. I feel like I have heard tell of that. No. I was on for that. Wasn't that Gabraham sandwich?
I think so. Maybe.
Yeah.
I don't
That
remember who.
was
I don't remember who it was.
I was definitely on for that. I remember that. We had Gabraham sandwich on, who was the guy from Burn Court, I think. All of those people have disappeared now, so I can't fucking remember the lore. But I think he's the guy who used to have that show Burn Court, and we had him on, and Mo crashed out on him.
Yeah, I don't even remember what it was about.
Neither do I. It was just very uncomfortable. But I had to figure out what I want to talk about today. I've got a couple things in mind. First of all, I guess the discourse I've been most involved with on Twitter this week. Have you heard about the news, the potential news about the Legend of Zelda movie?
Yes.
uh,
Oh, I think I know exactly where this is going.
So reportedly, they're eyeing Princess Zelda to play the role of Princess Zelda, and a lot of people are upset about it. So I don't know. It
Even though
seems a
she
little
looks exactly
silly.
like Zelda.
She literally Hunter Schafer, who is a transgender actress, looks fucking exactly like Princess Zelda. It's the most perfect casting I've ever seen, and of course everybody's like, Hollywood's gone woke. A trans woman as Princess Zelda, not in my movie. And it's like,
Yeah.
guys,
Also,
look,
I
I
think all these
get it.
motherfuckers are gay as hell because like
I
she's so hot.
I get it. I get it, right? If if they take your favorite character and they're like, he's a black guy now. I personally don't get upset about
I
that,
also don't.
but I
Yeah,
suppose I get it. Hunter Schafer is exactly correctly looking for the role.
right. Looks like Princess Zelda in like some of the games. I mean, she looks a little different in all of them, but in like the more modern ones, yeah,
She looks like she's the spitting image of Twilight Princess Zelda specifically.
yeah,
But
and not
and
too
the
far off from like Breath of the Wild. You know,
mhm. And the weird thing is like everybody's like I've seen two alternate pitches. 95% of the world is saying Sydney Sweeney, which is stupid and is
who
not
looks
good at
nothing like
all.
Zelda.
Terrible idea. The other one I've seen that I would be okay with is Anya Taylor-Joy, but at the end of the day, if they pass on Hunter Schafer, they're stupid.
Yeah, I could see Anya Taylor Joy working. I Sydney Sweeney doesn't like work even in like not even just based on looks, but I just don't think like her vibe is there. I don't think she has a Zelda vibe.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Like, she just doesn't have the right vibe. Like, I
Yeah,
could see
I don't
Anya
think she could get
Taylor-Joy in the
dainty enough to
role.
be a princess.
Yeah, that's not her type of character, it seems.
Yeah, she's either a trad or like a bitch,
I
like her real
don't
life
know.
persona and Cassie.
I don't know
Like
that I've
that's
ever seen a Sydney Sweeney movie. I've seen certain clips from Sydney Sweeney movies, but I have not seen a
what.
full Sydney
Have you
Sweeney
watched
movie, I
Euphoria?
don't think. I have not watched Euphoria.
Ah, okay. I mean, that's just where the comparison comes in.
That's fair.
That's the only reason people bring up Sydney Sweeney is just because like they think Hunter Schafer, they think of Euphoria, and then they're like, "Oh
Oh
yeah, Sydney
yeah.
Sweeney, she's so hot."
What if Zendaya's Princess Zelda?
I mean, whatever, man. That's just like throw the Rock in there too, or why don't we? Like
Yeah, The Rock
the
is
Rock
Link.
as Ganondorf.
That'd be pretty good.
Link is fucking. I don't even know.
Timothy Chalamet. Who
No, we'll
would be
get
a
Kevin
good
Hart as
Link?
Link. We'll just make
Freaking
it like a true like movie,
Kevin Hart's
just
another one
absolute
where I
garbage.
don't think I've seen. Well, actually, I have seen a full movie that he was in. It was superhero movie, but he was not a very big part of superhero movie.
The fuck is superhero movie?
It's it's I think it's by like the same people who did Scary Movie. They tried to do other blank movies for a
Uh,
while. It came out in like 2008. Leslie Nielsen's in it. That's pretty cool. Drake Bell is the star.
yikes.
Yeah, yikes now, but in 2008 he had a lot of star power, so
Crazy.
starring in superhero movie with Kevin Hart. I assume Kevin Hart wasn't very big back then as compared to now.
I mean, what year? 2000. You said
2000,
2008?
2008, I think.
Yeah, I mean, he's still pretty big. I think
That's fair.
there's
I'm
a
surprised
reason like
I'm surprised they
they
didn't
throw
use
that
him
cast and
more. He's in
everything.
like two scenes. He's in like the
Literally,
opening
there's just
scene,
meme
and then he's
cast.
in a scene where the Leslie Nielsen, who's playing the Uncle Ben character, accidentally shoots a nail gun at Drake Bell, and he catches the nail. And he's like, "How did you do that?" And he's like, "I don't know, it's pretty easy." And he's like, "Really?" And then he shoots Kevin Hart in the hand to test it.
No, I think what was it? The Jumanji movie, the new one. That
Mhm.
was like the meme cast, right? Like that's just all the people.
Yeah, all the people that you know from things.
Like you just throw them in shit. I mean,
I never
Karen
saw
Gillan's
the
cool.
Jumanji movie. Was it good?
I don't watch movies, so
That's
I
fair.
mean, I'm aware of it. I'm aware of the cast.
The last movie you watched was Waiting 2 years ago when we reviewed it on my podcast.
No, what have I watched? I must have watched something. Oh, well, I've watched a few anime movies for sure.
Okay, that's fair.
I watched the Spy X Family one in theaters.
I have not watched any Spy X Family. Is it good?
It's fun. If it like keeps releasing, it'll be good. It's
Oh,
like
is there
there's
question as to whether it's going to continue?
no, it's just that like some anime churns it out. You get your One Piece, you know, and then some anime is just like here, wait like 4 years before your next season.
Yeah, there's a show that did that to me, and it's a show that people hate for good reason, but I love it anyway. It's called Sword Art Online.
I
Yeah,
love Sword Art Online.
that show really fucked me on that between Sword Art Online 2 and Sword Art Online Alicization.
Yeah, but it was worth the wait.
It was worth the wait for season 1, but I got bored and checked out of season 2.
Really? Okay.
I don't know, I probably should give it another shot. It's literally like it was just like it disenfranchised me too much. They literally fixed the problem in the last episode that I watched, but I just like didn't have the spirit to continue. It was because for the first like 6 episodes of the season, Kirito's in a coma,
Yeah, he's
and
like
I don't care
catatonic.
about
Yeah.
what's happening. And I watched up until the episode where he wakes up at the end, and I just was like so bereft of motivation that even that did not motivate me to continue.
See, I think I just like Alice enough as a character that I'm like, I don't need Kirito actually.
I like Alice, but like I just didn't like the plot that was going on, and I was like, can Kirito just fucking wake up already so this can get a little bit cooler?
Yeah, I think that's fair. I think like light novels are pretty good, like the sort of online light novels. So like reading those is not a bad idea. The
Ooh,
the
yeah.
problem is they end off at the same point as the anime, pretty much, because instead of continuing after like Alicization, he was like, actually, I'm gonna go rewrite. Um, fuck, what's the name of the first area? Why is my brain?
Aincrad.
Yeah, I'm gonna go remake Aincrad, but like in more detail.
Interesting.
So like it spends more time on like each floor. It's like painstakingly slow, but like in a good way.
Oh, cool. Do we actually get to see what the last floor looks like? Or hear what it looks like?
I've been written, I think, still, so I
Oh,
haven't read it in a
okay.
while. So
Because
yeah, the light novels
that
are
was
actually
the
pretty
most
good.
bullshit part of that arc, I think, is we don't know how Sword Art Online actually ends, because Kirito fucking breaks it early.
Yeah, I mean, it might still be like the same story. Like they've added like different characters and stuff, and things are pretty similar, but you get like a lot of minutia, basically, of just
I
like here's what
just
it's like to live in this hell.
Even if it's like we found like a portal to the 100th floor and we can't clear it, but like you can get stuff there, and we just get to like hear a little bit about what it's like.
Or like just like not even a portal, but like crystal ball. Like let me see,
Yeah,
give me a
yeah.
gander.
Who's the real final boss? Assumedly still Heathcliff, I guess, but like then who's the 99th floor boss?
Yeah, who knows? I think he just got tired of writing bosses like that.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, let me write another generic fantasy boss, and then switch to fucking nasty ass Alfheim.
I think Reki Kawahara just got intimidated by SAO Abridged, and he was like, anything I write more is just going to be made better in 10 years. So I should instead go back and try to make better what I've already written so I can be comparable somehow.
Right, yeah, and then just go back to Alicization probably eventually.
Is Alicization like cliffhangered right now?
I think so. I don't remember. I mean, the series is cliffhangered. I mean, it's like it's just stopped. It's on hiatus like
Well, yeah,
permanently.
but like, did the Alicization arc end? Was there
I
like a
don't think
proper
so.
ending?
Not fully.
Man, that first season was so good though. I was shocked at how much they stepped it up.
Yeah, I like slop anime. Okay,
Yeah, you know,
I like a good slop.
I just watch shitty shonen all the time.
And now everyone just makes fun of solo leveling.
And also Dragon Ball, which is not shitty shonen. It's a beautiful shonen.
I still haven't watched Dragon Ball really.
Really?
I mean, not much. I've
That's
seen bits and pieces.
surprising. It's really good.
Yeah, I watch slop, but not that kind of slop.
What do you mean,
I
bro?
say I say that, but I did like just start Naruto.
Yeah, Naruto is just fucking discount Dragon Ball. Dragon Ball ran so that Naruto could speed walk.
No, but I like all the isekai slop.
That's fair. I don't think I've actually watched any isekais ever. I tried to start that new Red Ranger isekai, but the dub was so fucking terrible that I just could not handle it.
Isekai slop. What's the like? There's like a term for it because it's like a manhwa thing. The like, because it's not reincarnated, but it's
What do
like
you Isn't the term isekai? What do you mean?
no. There's like another weird word that they use for it in manhwa that's like slightly different.
I don't know.
Let me actually look it up. Manhwa isekai. God.
I remember there was that fake isekai that went viral on Twitter. It was like some like little lolly girl doctor, and it was Dr. Gregory House gets reincarnated as an anime girl.
Oh, dude, I've heard that anime is really good though.
I want that to be real.
There, like, there's an anime that's like kind of like House.
Really?
Yeah, it's I'm on Crunchyroll right now. It's got to be here somewhere, right? Doctor.
Assumedly. It's a lot of anime on Crunchyroll.
Well, I mean, it's got to be on like the front page. Well, okay, not Doctor Stone. Wait, Doctor Anime. Where are you? A Meku MD, Doctor Detective,
Okay.
which is it's literally just House.
Like is the main character a wisecracker too?
She's just like it's a woman, but like yeah, she's kind of like just like she just figures shit out, and it's
Okay.
like ridiculous. I watched I think it's like the first couple episodes or something, and the solution's like so absurd, and you're like, how did you get to that?
He needs rat bites to live. Give him more rat bites. Dr. House, you can't do that. I don't care.
Yeah, it was it literally something like that. There was something to do with fucking dinosaur bones. I was like, what is happening? What do you mean dinosaur bones? Why are we at it? Why are we at like a museum? And it's like, oh, the preservative they use to keep things in like a museum, caused this, and
Sounds
it's
like a
something to
good
do with like
time.
organized crime. Yeah, like I don't even fucking know. This shit's crazy.
How far are you in Naruto?
Like literally 8 episodes, 7 or 8 episodes.
What's like going on right now? I forget where they were by that point.
Kakashi just unleashed the Sharingan against what's his name? Kabuzo? I think that's his
Kabu?
name.
Is it? I
The
don't
guy
want to
from
name the wrong
the guy from
character.
the village of Hidden Mist.
Zabuza?
Zabuza, that's his name. God, I just
Damn, they're
couldn't remember his
fighting
name.
Zabuza by episode 8? That's faster than I thought.
That's what my friend was saying. My friend was like, Jesus, the Sharingan's out already? My friend was like, why is the Sharingan out on episode 7? Because they like showed in like the thumbnail.
For some reason, I'm certain that they continued to play more episodes of Naruto until it eventually looped. And I just got this weird time where like the only times I would catch Naruto is when it was these episodes. But I feel like whenever I watch Naruto on Toonami, it was always the Zabuza fight.
Yeah,
Like,
so I'm on the Zabuza fight right now, basically.
I've seen the Zabuza fight like 9 times because every time I'd look at Naruto and Tsunami, it's like, oh, they're fighting Zabuza.
Well, I started watching Naruto because I was doing I'm big on like the daily games,
Hmm.
like your Wordles, your connections. So I started doing like the Loldle, which is for like League of Legends, but they also
Is
have
there
like
a
the
Naruto
Pokedole.
goal now?
Yes, so it's all there's like a network of Loldle, Dotadole, Pokedole, Smashdole, and Narutodole, and they're
There's
all like
Nar
the same
there's
like website.
Naruto, but there's no Dragon Bodal. Come on now.
There probably is, but it's just not in that network of like
I
that
see.
website's wheelhouse. Yeah. But yeah, like I started doing the like Loldle, Smashdle, and the
Wordle, the main
Loldle,
one,
the Pokedole,
the Pokedol. Okay.
Pokemon.
And you were like, I need another daily game so bad that I'm gonna watch a 1,000 episode
No,
anime.
my friend started doing the Naruto, and like I did one as a joke and like just named characters that I could come up with.
Naruto, Sasuke.
Well, it's mostly like the
That's
Uchiha
it.
clan, and like no, I could get names out there. I was like Orochimaru,
Okay,
Rock
okay.
Lee,
All right.
Obito, Itachi, Sasuke, Kakashi. Like I could name some people. Hinata, Sakura. I think I said Naruto already, but fucking obviously. But like I could get some names out there.
But you were like, I need to know all the names. I
Gara.
need to know about Aruka Sensei and Zabuza.
Yeah, well now I know.
Yeah.
Zabuza's name is just not sticking with me though.
And
Even as he said it, I was like, oh yeah,
trans icon Haku.
trans icon.
Wait, have you not gotten to the reveal yet that Haku's a man?
I guess not. No.
Yeah, Haku's a man.
Ah, okay.
And Naruto finds this out. He's like, what?
Yeah, because remember, this is the Zabuza is apparently only episode fucking like 7 and 8. Well, it seems like
That's
it goes on for a
crazy.
while. It seems like it goes on for like 6 episodes or something. But like this is like way before even the Chunin exams. Like,
You know, I know Zabuza's the first arc, but I didn't.
yeah,
I
yeah.
thought they kind of dragged their feet a little more before they got to the fight.
No, not really. Because like, what did they do up to this point? They first episode he steals the scroll, learns Shadow Clone Jutsu. Second episode he meets Konohamaru and like fucking sexy jutsu shit. Then just third episode gets matched up with Sakura and Sasuke, and then like kisses Sasuke, tries to kiss
That's
Sakura
good.
as
Good
Sasuke,
stuff.
yeah. And then it was like Kakashi's test, which was a couple episodes, and now it's just Zabuza.
I'm sad that I eventually learned the truth because somebody gaslit me about Naruto. So there's a scene where Naruto and Sasuke accidentally kiss more than once. I'm sorry, spoiler alert.
Oh my god.
Um, there's a scene where they're falling from a waterfall and they get like suctioned into each other and they kiss. And somebody gaslit me and told me that was from like their big final fight at the end of the original Naruto. Like they're trying to fucking kill each other and they accidentally kiss falling down a waterfall.
It's like
And I
Sherlock
really
Holmes and Moriarty.
I really wish that I just lived with that knowledge forever. I didn't want the correct truth.
I think they should kiss more.
I think they should kiss all the time for fun. I think they should have gotten married. I think the ending is
Yeah.
bullshit.
Well, I mean, I know he ends up marrying Hinata. I'm pretty sure, which is why.
Well, I'm not going to spoil who he does marry, but I think it was pretty obvious he doesn't marry Sasuke because they're cowards.
Yeah. Well, and not Sakura either. I know that.
Yeah.
But I'm pretty sure Boruto came from Naruto and Hinata.
I guess you'll just have to find out. And how many fucking episodes does Naruto have?
Dude, so I think Naruto, the original Naruto, which is what I'm on, is like 200 episodes, and then Shippuden's like 500 or 600.
Like 800 fucking episodes.
Yeah, so
And the
I'm in it.
last arc is really long and isn't good.
The last arc of what, Shippuden?
Yes.
Man, that sucks. And I also heard out that I also heard that that's where I'll find out where Kakashi gets the Sharingan. Because I was like, when do we find out about that? Oh, at the end of Shippuden, the
Yeah,
literal end.
fucking 700 episodes.
And then I just never watched Boruto, basically. I think that's the whole arc.
I need to watch more anime, or at the very least, read more manga. I've been enlightened for a long time that I'm like, if I ever really want to see an anime all the way through, and I know I'm not gonna sit through a million episodes, I can just read the manga and get it done in like a fourth of the time.
It's so
That's
fast.
that's what I did for Dragon Ball in like sixth grade. Instead of paying attention in class, I was on my school iPad reading through all of Dragon Ball.
Your school iPad? Wait, the school gave you an iPad?
Yeah, I went to a school that had like iPad. They didn't let you keep them, but like you would take them home and then you would return them at the end of the
What the
year.
fuck?
Yeah.
I know they do that now, but like, damn.
You know,
Yeah, they did not do that for me.
I think my school might have been one of the first, but I don't know.
Yeah, because like we didn't like my school didn't even do laptops.
We graduated to laptops in high school. Like
Yeah,
I went to
I
it
mean,
was a
my high
middle
school didn't even do laptops. I mean, like
it was a
that's.
middle and high school. It had both. And when we were in middle school, we had iPads, and then in high school, we got Chromebooks instead.
I mean, I think Chromebook was.
Yeah, Chromebooks are cheap because they suck and
Yeah,
are bad.
yeah, they're like shit. Yeah, and you can't actually like really do anything on them. So, I mean, give it to a kid. Why not?
I remember like my last day of eighth grade. Like I had never like there was always like the problem where like they were very strict about kids breaking iPads, like but it would happen all the time, obviously, because you were stupid kids. I never broke my iPad until literally my last day of eighth grade. My last day with a school iPad, I broke my school iPad.
What'd you do to it?
I just like I dropped it in school and it broke.
Oh, in school too. That's rough.
Yes. I think they kind of were like, okay. They were like, you know what? You didn't do it this whole time. Well, you're okay.
Do they like charge you? Like, what happens when you do that?
I think maybe you get like one free one, and then if you break it again, they charge you.
Okay, because that seems like a trap for poor families.
Yeah. Yeah, that was an interesting time. And then
We
and
had to
then
go to the
I
fucking computer lab for shit. So,
and then I went back to regular real boy high school where there was no laptops or iPads, and that was a culture shock. I had to actually use paper for things again.
oh really? Because like mine didn't like give out laptops or anything, but it was like, yeah, fucking send it in on email. Like, use your fucking computer.
No, they didn't expect us. Like, I mean, probably because there's a lot of poor families around my school district that might not have computers. Where if they're
Yeah.
not providing them, they're printing out all the homework you might need.
No, they like my high school was like expecting you to just have a computer.
Yeah, I guess it's probably like a standard like school supply now, but like
I think so, but I think it could
back in
also
my
be an
day.
expectation. Although maybe not computers, because like Gen Alpha famously doesn't know computers.
That's what I mean. Like the same way you're supposed to have like a pencil and a notebook. I guess you're
But like
in
an
modern
iPad.
society. You also need an iPad or a computer.
Yeah. Because like there is like a problem with Gen Alpha where they don't know how to use like an actual computer. They can use a phone,
Really?
they can use an iPad. Yeah, they can't use a computer.
It's like it's the same thing basically.
They just don't know how. They didn't grow up with it. They grew up with iPads and cell phones.
It seems like you could relay that in 5 seconds to somebody who knows how to use an iPad or a cell phone. It's like,
No,
okay,
no,
you
you put
see
like a Gen
this?
Alpha kid
You see this little
on a
cursor? That's your finger. And then you know what a keyboard is. There it is.
but it's not the same. It's not the same keyboard. You don't just use your thumb.
I guess you could. You just be very slow.
You'd be really slow
I
on a standard keyboard with just your thumb.
mean, like,
How do I swipe?
ch- uh, kids can get pretty efficient at chicken pecking. I never learned the proper typing technique, but I passed a fucking typing speed test. I'm the expert chicken pecker.
Oh, I mean, I know how to type, like actual typing.
Yeah, I don't know all the finger placements and techniques and shit. I'm a chicken pecker.
Well, mine's just because like I was born at like the perfect time where I like just got on a computer when I was like 2 years old. So
I mean, I think I've gotten. I don't know how good my hand form is now. Like, it's probably not the traditional one because I did never learn it. But like, I've definitely graduated from the type of chicken pecking I was doing as a kid, where it was like mostly two fingers. Where I am using all my fingers now because I know where the keys are on the keyboard. I don't know if I'm doing it like right.
yeah, there's like more efficient ways, especially like you can get like compact keyboards people get where it's just like the tiny little keyboards with like
A little
it's got
baby
no
keyboard.
numpad.
My keyboard that I got, some fucking shitty gamer keyboard that how I got this computer that I have is that my friend Gingy just had it in storage forever and he just sent it to me for free with the mouse and the keyboard that he also had for it. And it's this fucking gamer keyboard and it works fine. But the one thing is there's this I don't even know what it's called. It's like that thing that's like a line. It's just like a straight line up and down. It's not an L, but it kind of looks like an L, like a lowercase L. It's a symbol. It's a straight line, and I use it in a lot of podcast titles, like the Issue Crew has it, Detour Ahead has it. Like it'll be title of the episode, that little character, and then title of the podcast. And I've been doing that for years. This keyboard does not have that for some reason. So now I have to copy and paste it from somewhere whenever I title those podcasts. I
Wait, and what's the symbol?
don't know what it's fucking called. It's just like a straight line. If you look at an Issue Crew title, it'll be there. I don't know what the title, I don't know what the term for it is.
The Issue Crew podcast. Oh, the like the line?
Yeah. That's just not on this fucking keyboard for whatever reason.
Well, it should be shift and then backslash, right?
Um, no, shift and backslash is something different for some reason.
I mean, that's what it is for me.
Wait a minute.
Not
That
forward
is
slash.
what it is, but the way it's on the keyboard, there's like a separation between half of the lines. I thought it was a different symbol. What the fuck?
See,
Why does
I
it
just know
look
my
like
keyboards.
that?
Yeah, it's shift and backslash.
It's not supposed to look like that. It doesn't look right on the keyboard.
Well, sometimes it is stylized like that. It depends. Like some fonts actually stylize it like
Fucking Rumble just started playing by accident, and I'm like, who just joined the fucking call?
that. Bluetooth.
I had Rumble open in my browser, and I accidentally clicked on it. It became reactive.
Oh, we got okay.
Oh yeah, I guess Mo's not coming because he's gonna fuck his body pillow. Is what Paul is
Yeah,
saying.
I think that's the translation there. I'm
Mo
not gonna try to
said
read that. I think that's racist,
Mo
maybe.
Mo said him not come to the show cause him ago be pump come in a him hug pillow.
Yeah,
Okay. It took a lot of self control to not put a certain inflection on that.
yeah. There's that's a scary one.
It's not scary for me. I'll just do it. Listen,
Hey, if you want to get canceled,
If Taylor from PKA could get away with it, I could get away with it.
well, they can get away with it because they're already canceled.
That's fair.
They've been canceled to hell and back. They're Call of Duty players.
That's true.
They've said worse. They've said the hard R. I'm sure.
Worse has been said on their show, but I'm not sure they're the ones saying it.
That's also true.
Perhaps there was a certain other host who's no longer with them.
Yeah.
Good old Wings got himself fired again. Fired from Locale Live for pushing his wife to the ground.
Actually fired or
No, real fired, or at least I don't think he's been back yet, and it's been months. They went on some like gay little camping trip.
it's like the boy who
And
cried wolf. Can't tell when Keemstar says someone's fired. You're like, I don't know, man. Maybe.
yeah, exactly. You never know who's truly fired, but it's been long enough that I think this is real. They went to some gay little camping trip, and then Keem pissed Wings off, and Wings tried to attack Keem, and his wife tried to stop him, and he pushed her to the ground.
What the fuck?
Yeah, so he got fired.
What?
Yeah,
Wait, what is happening?
Lolcow Live is fucked, man. It was like my favorite show for like a year. And then they fired Tommy C, and it just started death spiraling to degrees that I never thought possible.
I just have no interest in any of that kind of thing. So it's just like every time I hear about it, I'm like, what the hell?
I'm just like now I just like am obsessed with how terrible it is my problem because like when Tommy C was on there it was like a fun interesting podcast where I got to learn about these interesting internet retards and they would have like intriguing conversations with each other and with guests. And then Keemstar started sticking his fingers in and he got more and more involved and I enjoyed his presence on the show for a while when he was letting them do their thing and he was just like another host that was there. He was really good at grilling Boogie in an entertaining manner. But then he got way too involved and he did a complex snakery operation to fire Tommy C and make it look like it was Tommy C's fault when it was clearly him being a snake. And then ever since then, Lolcow Live has just been the how hard can we suck Keemstar's dick show. And the bit is blank is fired, blank quit fucking every week. And now there's like 7 different Lolcow shows with different sets of hosts, and they're all doing the same bit.
See, I said this back when I don't know, there were like smaller podcasts, like the fucking was it Chris and Cant did like the fucking shit
The
with Chris
Chris
the
and Cant
Cutie,
cast?
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. Like I even said this like way back then, like where I'm just like I just don't like lolcow exploitation.
Well, the
I
thing
just think
is,
it's
that wasn't
fucked
what the
up.
show was at the beginning. Like it was kind of like them taking the term lolcow back. Like Boogie and Wings were stacking W's in the early days of lolcow live.
Yeah, but like you kind of know that like if you're Keemstar and you're putting Boogie and Wings on a podcast, you know where you're going.
Well, that's
It's
the thing
going
is
nowhere good.
Keemstar was not supposed to be directly involved. Like it was Boogie and Wings and Tommy, and then he
Uh-huh.
smelled the syrup and smelled the money, and he got involved, and he slowly
Right.
snowballed it into garbage.
Because like I don't like the idea of like exploiting lolcows. You know. Sorry, Kiwi Farms. Sorry, guys.
Oh man, Kiwi Farms took a big L recently.
It seems like that's kind of most of what they do.
That's fair.
Like
But
actually, that's most of what they do.
the Nick Rekieta body cam footage release got shot down in court. So Nola's big mad. I think he's like suing the state of Minnesota or some shit to try to
Oh,
get it.
you can't FOIA it.
No, I guess not, because it wasn't used as evidence in the case, so there was like no need for it to be public record.
Ah, true. That is valid.
Which I was interested in seeing it just because like I wanted to see what the situation was in there. And obviously Nick wants to keep certain parts of his house private, so he doesn't want it out there. But he did a stream where he showed some pictures, and it's like it's nowhere near as bad as people were making it out to be. Like the house was a house with 5 kids messy, not you can't see the floor, mold and dirt messy.
Yeah, well, I mean that's kind of like what they always say about internet personalities who have kids. Like right, like whenever there's like they'll call CPS on them. They did it with Ethan too, with Ethan Klein, where they were like, "Yeah, there's fucking dog poop everywhere, man, all over his house. That's how the kid got Giardia. There's just poop everywhere. That's just you got to like wade through poop to get through his house."
Yeah. And in reality it's like, oh, the dog shit like once.
Yeah, the dog either shit in the house once, or the kid was playing outside and ate dog poop. Like it just, I don't know. Like I, I'm not CPS. I don't know what
Yeah, I
happened.
don't know. The big ringer, like the biggest reveal I think from that Nick Rekieta stream was one of the biggest complaints, one of the biggest like moral hangups that everybody was talking about was like the claims that his kids were like smelly and didn't have clean clothes, and also weren't eating, I guess, but this is more about the clothes. He showed a picture of like the most populated closet I've ever seen in my fucking life, filled with clothes for all of his kids.
Yeah, then like he's like, sorry, if they're gonna call him like a druggie, like he's got money.
Exactly.
Like
He
he's
has
got
the
the
money necessary to be a druggie and also make sure his kids are taken care of.
right, because there's like a druggie who's like living in Section 8. That's like one thing, right? But there's a druggie who's living in a big ass fucking house. That's a different thing, right? Like when you're a lawyer with like a family and you're a druggie. That's like a whole different fucking story. You've got fuck you money at that point.
Exactly.
You're paying for everything. You just don't care.
But yeah, it's just and like this is coming out right after I guess the courts fucked up and they let some like shitty like gay op agents that Null sent watch the tape. They couldn't record the tape, but they like took notes on the tape. And of course, they made it sound like, oh, it's so horrible. This is terrible. The kids shouldn't have to live like this. Oh, it's so awful. And like the pictures are all like, yeah, this is what a house looks like when 5 kids live there.
Yeah, I mean it's gonna be like cluttered.
It
The
was
the worst you
laundry
could the
day.
worst
There
you
was a
could
bunch of
probably
laundry in the living room because it was laundry day.
yeah. The worst you could probably say is that like you could probably pay someone to clean it.
Yeah, that's fair. But it's not like it wasn't that big of a deal. It seemed like pretty tame, and
But
everything
also,
that
if you're
needed
gonna
to be
have
locked
like
down, locked
how much
down
coke did he have on him?
a lot.
Yeah, if you're gonna have the amount of a lot of cocaine in your house, maybe you can't pay someone to clean your house, so you just gotta manage. And it's like, yeah, you're gonna be a little
Because
cluttered
you're
on laundry
spending all the
day.
money on the lot of cocaine you have.
Well,
That's
no, it's just
fair.
because you can't have a cleaner in your house while you've got a lot of cocaine just out and about.
Yeah, well, I mean, I think he had it like locked in a safe and shit.
Did he? I thought it was like party weekend or something when he got.
Yeah, yeah, but I think like there was some out in the master bedroom because it was party weekend, but
Yeah,
like the master bedroom was locked and being attended. Like
right.
when it's not,
Right.
it's all
Not to
locked in a
say
safe
again,
and
not to say
shit.
that like Nick's just letting his kids run around in cocaine, but
Exactly. The
but that like
fucking the
it's like in the house that like yeah, you wouldn't have a cleaner like go through your whole house while you're
Yeah,
doing that,
yeah,
you know?
yeah, exactly. Like the fucking I still can't believe everybody was so hung up on the fucking 9-year-old testing positive for cocaine as if there's any universe in which Nick Rekieta's 9-year-old is fucking snorting rails.
I know. Well, and the amount is just absurd. Like
Exactly. Well, like that's what I'm saying. Like it's not just like she had to come into contact with a little bit of cocaine. It's like this 9-year-old would have had to been snorting back rails to test for this much cocaine.
yeah. And it's like that's a level of child abuse that I don't see from Nick. So,
No.
like where it's like, hey, you fucking sniff this line now,
If it was
like
the
that.
oldest kid, I might have considered it for a moment. But it was the
How old's the
fucking
oldest?
9-year-old. I think like 15 or 16.
Oh yeah, I would have done that shit. If I found it, which hey, no admissions. But yeah, if I found that shit around my house, I would have done it.
Yeah, not at 9. At 9, you'd just be like, what is this weird gasoline smelling substance? I don't like it. It makes me feel upset.
Because you probably just taste it, right? You wouldn't. Your instinct at 9
Yeah,
isn't
yeah, yeah.
to
Your
put it in your
instinct is not to
nose.
snort it. Your instinct is to taste it. It tastes like gasoline and fucking death. And you're like, ah,
Yeah,
God.
because at that
I
point
thought, I
you've
thought that
like,
was powdered sugar.
if you've snorted anything at that point in your life, it's like a pixie stick that you got dared to do, and then you're like, I'm never doing that again.
Yeah, because it burns. Did you ever snort a pitsy stick?
No, I snorted flour. Someone brought flour.
How'd that go for you?
Someone brought flour, and they were fucking around with it. So yeah, I snorted flour.
Do you know my infamous flower story? I don't know if that had come out yet when you were on the
No,
MoCast
I don't
before.
think so.
So this is my darkest moment. So I was in a situation where I was high and I had the munchies, and there was literally zero food in my house. Not a single piece of edible food present in my house. I had no money to go get some.
I don't like
I
where this is
was
going.
fucking starving.
Uh,
So in my stoned desperation,
like a
I took
starving Victorian child.
yes, like a starving Victorian child. I took some flour, I put a little bit of vinegar on it, and I ate it.
Oh, vinegar?
Yeah, vinegar is like good. It was like malt vinegar or something,
What?
just to make it taste like something.
Oh,
Yeah, it was not my finest hour.
yeah. How'd that taste?
Not great.
Like, what were the notes?
Vinegar and sadness. It's
Hunger.
like I didn't even have any fucking sugar. That I had done before on purpose. Put a little bit of flour and a little bit of sugar. It tastes like a little cake in a cup. I didn't even have sugar. I had to use vinegar to make
Yeah,
it taste like something.
I also wouldn't do that. Call me crazy. I just don't think I would eat flour.
You know, most people wouldn't, but sometimes you see, sometimes you just get hungry and there's nothing there, and you gotta do something about it.
I just binge eat.
And that's fair.
You just eat nothing for a while, and then you're like, it's time, and
It's
then
time.
eat like you
There
know 6,000 calories,
you go.
which is kind of a segue into your favorite segment.
Oh shit! I almost forgot about my favorite segment. So folks, Here on the MoCast, we like to give. Violet has had plenty of time to speak today because the titan of talking that is Mo is not here.
King Yap.
Despite that, we of course still have to do our favorite segment where we give Violet the floor and we have her tell us a story from her life. So, Violet, please regale us.
Last week you actually, I was thinking, oh, you picked in the wrong order. Even though I gave you the choice, in my head I was like, I don't know if that was the best order for the story. But actually, developments this week have made it probably the correct order because it's
Oh,
gotten a little more interesting. Um,
okay.
so I ended up so for context for last week, I offered the question of police or doctors, and Riley chose police. So we got a little police story from me. This week is my doctor story, and this was back at the beginning of May. So probably like May, I want to say 5th or 4th, something like that. May the 4th
Mm-hmm.
be with you.
Yep.
I I it was the weekend. Yeah, so it's probably May 3rd is when this happened. Uh, it was the weekend. I was like, I had some money, and I was like, fuck it, I'm gonna binge eat. So I ordered big ass pizza. I ate like 30 slices of like a big old like party pizza in a night,
Hell yeah.
and then I woke up the next day and I was like in pain, which
Oh.
is like it happens, yeah, because like sometimes I would binge eat. Again, not healthy. Don't binge eat, guys. Okay, it's a disorder. Don't do
Usually I
it.
get the pain right away and then it goes away after just a little bit.
So usually my cycle is I if I have pain, which is not super super often, is I'd wake up and I'd be in like super super bad pain. I'd be like struggling to get comfortable in any position I sit in. I'd probably have to like throw up a few times. But this time it like didn't go away. Like I threw up a few times. I was laying in every position of my bed. I went and switched to like my parents' room's bed because it was like daytime. They weren't around. My dad was in like a nursing home at the time, and then my mom was like out and doing shit. So I like
Mm.
tried my parents' beds. I couldn't get comfortable there. I tried the couch, couldn't get comfortable there. I mean, literally everything. I was just in pain, and this lasted the entire day. Usually it goes away after a few hours, a couple hours. You know, this was the whole day, and finally I was just like, "What do I do?" Like I asked my family because I'm just like pacing around the house because I can't like sit still because the pain's too much. And my brother's like, "Just don't fuck around with it. Go to the hospital." So my mom got me an Uber. I went to the hospital. I explained the pain, and then it's this long, arduous process of going to the hospital. You do like the intake, which is pretty quick. So you go in there if you haven't gone to the ER before. You go in
Not for
there.
myself, but I've accompanied others, so I'm aware of the processes.
Yeah, yeah. You like tell them what's going on. They'll bring you to like a back room. They'll do like your vitals and everything, and like get like a rundown on what's. And then they just throw you back in the waiting room. This time someone came out pretty quick and they like brought me to like an ultrasound. So they went and like ultrasounded my stomach.
The twist is Violet's pregnant.
Yep, I was, you know, close. Uh, and then from the ultrasound, they were like, "All right, we're calling for transport," because I'm in a wheelchair at this point because like I'm not like moving on my own really. Like I could probably do it, but like it was just rough. So I'm like sitting in a wheelchair, and they're like, "All right, we'll call for transport. Someone will come get you, and they'll bring you back to the waiting room, and you'll get a bed." And I was like, is there a bed ready yet?" And she was like, "Well, I hope so." And they bring me back to the waiting room, and it's another like 10 minutes go by, and because they're like, "All right, someone will be right out for you," and like another 10 minutes go by, and I'm just sitting there like rocking back and forth in this wheelchair like a little baby. And the guy doing the intakes like comes out of the back room to like call someone in, and looks at me and goes, "I'm gonna go check and see what bed number you are and see where you are on the list." And then he comes back out and he's like, "Yeah, you are next. So I don't know. Someone should be here." I think I wait another 40 minutes.
Oh,
And finally they bring me in the back and they put me on like painkillers immediately.
that's
And
good.
basically what happened is my gallbladder. I was pregnant
Yeah.
with some gallstones.
Oh no.
Yeah, and also, it was so bad that I had 2 infections in my gallbladder.
Holy shit.
So I had a chronic infection, which is probably why I would always have pain after binge eating. Like, that explains all the times I would have pain after binge eating where I'd, like, have
Yeah.
to, like, throw up and shit, yeah. Probably just my gallbladder. And then I had an acute infection, which was, like, I had, like, gotten an infection this time I had eaten a bunch of shit.
All that fucking pizza grease getting
Y
slopped
all the
all over your
grease, yep,
gallbladder.
and the fat from the cheese, yep, and, yeah, I had to get it removed.
Well, that's fun.
Yeah, there was, they did, like, the pathology on the gallbladder, where they cut it open. They took all the gallstones out, and they put them in a little pile, and it measured to, 2.3 centimeters,
It's
which
a
is,
lot
like,
of
about an
stones
inch.
to be in your body.
Yeah, it's like an inch, and, like, I don't know if you know what the gallbladder looks like, but it's a very small little guy. It's not very big. So that's a lot of stones for a tiny organ. But, yeah, that was, like, May, I got the gallbladder out May 8th, I think. So, I mean, I can try to start lifting stuff again in, like, a week. I'm on, like, a can't lift stuff for a month, but they said probably give it, like, 6 weeks.
Did I choose a bad time to make you do the show again and you just felt bad about shooting me down? It seems like you've got a lot of shit going
Oh,
on.
yeah. Yeah, oh, you did. But I was like, "Fuck it. Yeah, why not?" No, you literally messaged me at, like, I must have been, like, I don't know, like, in recovery, probably.
Yeah.
Like, probably still on, like, I think I was just coming off the pain meds. Like, I just finished my round of pain meds and all my antibiotics.
Well, I'm glad you trooped it out for the show.
But, yeah, this past week, on, like, I think it was on Wednesday or Thursday, I, woke up again with, like, stomach pain,
Ah, shit. Here
and
we
it was,
go
like, the
again.
same kind of pain, basically.
Another
Like,
inch of gallstones to rip out.
well, yeah, it was, like, the same thing. Like, not the same thing, but, like, the same kinda thing. And, it just, like, progressively got worse and worse. And then it's, like, 2 AM, and I'm, like, on the toilet and puking
Mm,
constantly. And also, like, whenever I'm doing anything other than laying down, I feel like I'm gonna pass out. Even if I'm
I
sitting,
see.
like, if I'm sitting on the toilet, if I'm sitting on a chair, I feel like I'm gonna pass out. But if I'm laying, I'm chill. So it's, like, this problem where, like, I'd lay down, but then I'd immediately have to go to the bathroom.
Unfortunate.
So I think I called my mom at some point at, like, 1:30 in the morning because I was like, "Hey, uh, I need you to take out the trash in the bathroom, like, the bag in there has got vomit in it." Which she asked me later why there was vomit in it, and I was like, "Well, because I was on the toilet, I couldn't puke in the toilet."
Oops.
Yeah, well, and then this time I actually ended up taking an ambulance because I was just,
Ah,
like,
that's a
stuck.
lot more expensive.
Yeah, well, I was just, like, stuck on the couch, and I was like, "I don't know." And, like, because, like, I didn't wanna take an Uber because, like, I didn't wanna puke or, like, poop in someone's Uber,
Yeah, that's fair.
you know, because that's also, like, expensive. And, I did puke, like, the second I got in the ambulance. I was like, because I asked them, I was like, "Do you guys have a bag?" Like, once they put me on the gurney in my house, and they were like, yeah, let me check my bag. No, it's not in the bag, but we got one in the truck." So, like, brought me out there, and as soon as I get in there, I'm like, "I need a bag now." And they couldn't get to one in time, but they handed me their trash can, and as soon as they did, like, frame 1, vomit came out, and I was like, I held it as long as I could for you guys. I really, because I did not wanna puke on these poor
Frame
guys.
perfect vomit.
Yeah, I mean, like, literally, it was perfect timing. And this, I thought it was, like, my appendix because, like, it was in that area, they were pushing on, like, I guess the lower right quadrant. Upper right quadrant's your gallbladder, lower right quadrant's your appendix. But no, this was just, like, a random ass infection that probably happened from all the medications I took from the gallbladder surgery.
Shit.
So I've been in medical hell,
That's unfortunate.
and I'm in some debt.
As you were telling me that story, I realized I actually did go to the emergency room myself once. I was very young at the time. And I was just starting to get headaches, which has been a lifelong problem at this point.
Uh-huh.
But I woke up up with a particularly awful headache, like the most painful headache I'd ever experienced by a country mile. And I just like started screaming and crying. So my mother like woke up her friend next door because I was freaking her out, and they took me to the hospital. And I remember I like felt I had the human awareness to feel bad about this. The headache like started to subside as we were getting to the hospital, like as we were still in the car. So we get to the hospital, and they're talking to me about the headache, and they give me like, I guess this is how they do it with like kids. They have like this chart, this like pain chart, and it's like different like little emoji faces. There's like the 10 is like horrible pain, like the emoji is very angry. And then down to 1, which is just like I'm fine. And like at that point, by the time I got there, it was a 3, and I
Uh-huh.
pointed to that. I was like, but what I was getting here was a fucking 10. So they put me in a hospital bed, and they like checked me out. And I remember the reason why I remember this, because like I don't think anything was really wrong with me. Like I just like had a bad migraine. But the reason why I remember this visit so vividly is it's the first time I've ever experienced a heated blanket, and it was the best
Oh,
thing to ever
yes.
happen to me.
I got one of those just before the, like, they bring you to the prep room for the surgery, and, they were like, "Do you want a heated blanket?" And I was like, "Yes." And they got it out of the
So nice.
cooker and just put it right on me because the cooker's, like, right there for the heated blankets. And they just yoinked one out, and I was like, "Oh, yeah, hell yeah."
So nice.
They put the little things on my legs too that, like, they ambulate your legs, so it's like you're getting, like, a massage on your calves. So I've got that thing going, just massaging my calves while I've got a
Damn.
heated blanket. Yeah, no, I was chilling.
I also had some a debilitating pain situation recently too. I did not go to the hospital because I'm not a smart boy, and it just kind of subsided on its own after a while. Hopefully, it was nothing too bad. Hopefully, it doesn't reel its ugly head again. But
Hopefully it's
this
not a
was
chronic
like,
infection.
hopefully not. This was like 6 months ago,
Okay.
and I woke up in the morning, and I observed like, I feel like a slight sting in my lower back whenever I sit down. That's weird. I just assumed I like slept wrong or something.
Right.
So I went on with my day, and I went to work. And when I was on lunch at work, what I will do sometimes on my lunch at work, or at least previously when I was the IT guy, because I have now been demoted and I'm just a phone agent again.
Okay.
But for the time I was the IT guy, when I would go on my lunch break and I would finish my lunch early, sometimes I would go to the server room, which nobody went to but me because I was the IT guy, and I would like lay on the floor and just like play on my phone for the remainder of my lunch break. So I'm laying on the floor in the server room playing on my phone, and it's like, okay, lunch break over, time to get back to work. And I try to stand up, and just like shooting pain in my lower back. Like
Mm,
I was awful. I was convinced I couldn't do it. Like I finally pulled it off right before I was about to pull the trigger, but I really thought I was gonna have to call 911. But I was able to get myself up, and it's like, what the fuck? How did this get so bad? And like maybe I just need to like sit down in a soft chair for a minute. Like every fucking step I take, like my back hurts, and I reach a chair, and that does not help. And it's like, okay, I'm gonna have to leave. So I tell my
yeah.
boss, and then I Uber home. And I was bedridden for like 2 or 3 days with
You
just
pro
terrible, debilitating back pain. But now it just went away, and now I'm
Yeah, like,
fine.
I'm not a doctor, but it sounds like you pinched a nerve.
Maybe.
That's what it sounds like because you probably did sleep wrong, and, like, that's where, like, the starting pain was, and then when you laid down on the floor, you must have just, like, compressed on a nerve.
Yeah, I guess so. But it was brutal, man. That was bad.
That's why we don't lay on the floor.
Yeah. Well, I was used to it because I also had spent a good amount of time sleeping on the floor, which probably doesn't help.
Yeah.
Which I still kind of do sometimes. Because the unfortunate thing is, you see, I live in Florida, and my central air has been broken for years.
Ooh.
And there's no air conditioner in my bedroom where my bed is. but there is an air conditioner in this room where like my video games and shit are.
Uh,
So when it gets too hot, that my shitty little fan is not enough for me to sleep in my bed, I have to come in here and sleep on the floor.
oh man.
I also have a chair that I can sleep in sometimes, but I just have problems falling asleep in chairs. So sometimes it's like it's 2 in the morning, I need to go to sleep, and I will give up and lay on the floor. I don't know
I
what it is about me and sleeping upright. I've actually been getting better at it this year, which is good. I have not had to do as much sleeping on the floor this year as I have in previous summer years. But it's just like sometimes I'll just be trying to fall asleep upright and it's not working. It's like I gotta lay down because laying down is like what releases all of my body's stress. It allows me to drift.
yeah, I don't know when I started doing this, but I have like a normal bed, and I just keep like falling asleep half hanging off of it. I just like I don't know, the way I be hanging out. I like hanging my legs off the side of the bed.
I used to like roll onto the floor every night by accident. That stopped
No, I
eventually.
wake up and then I'm like in severe pain because like part of my body's like hanging off the bed, and I'm like, that's
Yeah,
not good.
yeah, yeah, yeah. I would have that sometimes too. Like sometimes it would be half my body, sometimes it would be the whole thing, and I'd just be on the floor.
Or the way I like to sit, in bed is I'll like prop up my back against the like the baseboard or whatever, the headboard. So I'll prop up my back against that and then like feet on the wall basically.
That's yeah, that's fun. Uh,
So I'm just like laying sideways.
that's probably not very comfortable.
Well, it is comfortable until like I sleep like that, and then it's not comfortable because I'm not
Mm.
like holding myself up with my feet on the wall. I'm like just dangling.
Vito, can you hush? I'm trying to record a podcast. You silly cat. What do you have to say for yourself, Vito? What, you got nothing to say all of a sudden? Now that I'm holding you in air jail? Get out
Yeah,
of here.
it's a hot mic. Come on.
Go. Get out of my face, Vito. Oh, my pretty little cats. What a life we live around here with these assholes. I don't even know what he wants. He has everything he needs. He's just being annoying.
I'm just hanging out, man. Or just
He's
wanted
just
to
like,
listen in.
I'll meow outside the door now. And it's like, he doesn't want to come in. He wants to come in, but it's not because he wants to like spend time with me. It's just because he wants a new place to like jump around and fuck around.
What's wrong with that?
He's like, this is a new area that I do not usually have access to. Let me dash in here and start fucking everything up. And it's like, no, no, no. Please stay away from all my expensive devices and such that are in this room.
Even if I let my cats in my room, they don't want to be in here. They don't like new areas.
No.
They chill out in the main part of the house. Like, and if I open my door, they're like, no.
You know, Vito, any door that opens, he wants out of it, including doors outside of the house, which is a big problem.
Like my cat. So it's like there's like my cat and my brother's cat, even though they're both just like taken care of by my mom basically. But like my cat will like hide under my bed if I let him in, and then my brother's cat nothing to do with my room.
Yeah, well, me and my mother have sort of a similar situation going on where like despite the fact that she's obviously doing the bulk of the work and taking care of both of them, one of them has taken to her and the other one has taken to me. But the unfortunate thing about Vito, the one who has taken to me, is he only enjoys love and company on his own terms, and it's usually like for like 5 minutes, and then he bolts. So
That's how animals are.
I never get any quality time with dear sweet Vito. He came with that name, by the way.
I figured you wouldn't choose it.
Yeah, no. I don't want to attract any sort of Q-tip behavior to my cat. They were named after like Godfather characters, I think. I guess there's a guy in Godfather named Vito.
Sounds right. I don't watch
Yeah,
movies.
there's a lot of Italian people in Godfather, so I have
What's
to
the other
assume
cat's
one of
name?
them was Vito. Well, his name was Frito, but that one was stupid, so we changed
Okay,
it. Which the actual I think his current name is actually worse. But my mother didn't like any of the names that I picked, so I figured I'll just let her have it. His name's Whitey. Yeah, I
that one's
know.
not worse.
So I think it is worse, but I got tired of the debate and decided to acquiesce. He's I know there's the racist term, but I guess he's actually named after some like Massachusetts gangster. So it's not after the racist term, or at least he was at the gangster was
Come
after
here,
the racist
cracker. Come
term.
here.
Yeah. Yeah, Vito's the wild child and Whitey's the quiet one, the polite one.
Uh, Mine are strange. One of them's like polite but loud as fuck, and the other one's like very impolite and very quiet.
That's interesting.
Yeah. So like he is very polite, but he will also just like meow so loud for attention.
Whitey like almost never makes a sound. Like it will shock me when I hear Whitey meow. That means like something is either very right or very wrong if Whitey is meowing.
Yeah, that's my boy, that my impolite quiet boy. If he meows, I'm like, oh god, what's wrong? Like I've heard him meow. Like he was sick once. Like he threw up a bunch. He meowed then. He doesn't really meow very often.
Yeah, the cat I had before this, Gabby, was a fucking meowing machine. That's why her previous owner named her that. She's fucking gabbing all the time. I still feel sad about that cat. That was an unfortunate situation. When we got her, she was already old and she already had like a stomach illness of some sort. And she was just like shitting everywhere. And like we tried to keep her inside, but eventually my mother just got like so sick of all the shitting that we just like let her become an outside cat. And her condition kind of worsened over time until one day she just didn't come home. So we assumed she ran off. And I get to like feel guilty forever because like I used to yell at her a lot, and I'm like maybe she would have come back if I didn't yell at her so much because she just would like sit there and for no reason be like, "Rah, rah." It's like Gabby, stop! I can't hear myself think. And then the last time I saw, this is the kicker. This is like I get to live with this until the day I die. Everybody tells me I'm like crazy and that this probably is not the case at all. But the last time I saw Gabby, she was like, she wasn't dirty, like she wasn't like matted, but there was like sand on her fur.
What the hell?
And I tried to get her, and she didn't want to come home, and I had to go to work, so I was like, whatever, fuck it. And then she never came home after that. And I Googled, I don't know why I Googled, why is my cat dirty or something to that effect. Um, but the Google result was that might mean that the cat is dehydrated because it can't clean itself properly. And it's like, oh, did I let my cat die of dehydration? I guess I have to live with that for the rest of my life.
It's probably not that,
Yeah, probably not.
because that's like dirty cat. That's like a buildup of a long time. Because the dehydration would be they can't clean themselves
Yeah.
because they don't have like the liquid on their tongue. You know.
I don't know. She was a really sweet girl. We actually bonded. We were very close, but she's shitting everywhere. She would sleep in the bed with me until she started shitting in the bed, and then that was over. She would sleep on me until she shit on me. I remember there was one day, like the first time she ever like got outside and we didn't get her right away. It started raining and I felt like so terrible and we didn't know where she was. And then once the rain kind of subsided, I found her in the backyard and she's like soaking wet. It's like such a pathetic scene. And I'm like, "Oh, Gabby." But I brought her in and I dried her off and snuggled with her for a while and she was fine, but I was like, "Oh my God." She's just like a wet mop sitting there like right in our backyard. I'm like, "Oh man." We shouldn't have gone out. We tried to stop you.
My cat went out like one time in the rain. Because again, my cats don't really go out. One of them like used to try a bunch and doesn't really anymore. But like, my cat, he went out one time. It was raining. He ran out immediately, like ran under like our like side staircase and started meowing.
You know, Vito just like is built different. He doesn't give a shit about the rain. He'll go out in the rain on purpose. I've had to fucking chase him in the rain before, bringing the fucking wet rat back into the house. I had to chase him in somebody else's backyard one day who I didn't think was home, and then they were, and that was really embarrassing. Because, like, there were no cars in the driveway, and usually there are, so I assumed nobody was home. I had already
Uh,
been permitted to go into this backyard to catch the cat anyway. Like, I wasn't doing anything wrong. But I just, like, I was chasing my cat in the rain and getting fucking dunked on by him for an hour. And I assumed nobody was watching me. And then as I finally got him, I looked to the screen door that was next to me, and there they are, fucking eating breakfast, watching me fucking catch the cat.
that's good, like, morning entertainment.
Yeah. Watch the fat kid slip around to try to catch his cat in the rain.
Nice rainy day, you get the sound of the rain, and then, yeah, you just watching this kid slide around in the mud.
There was one day where he just like he really pissed me off because he just kept barely eluding my he went under a car in the neighbor's yard. And it was like fucking 97 degrees out. It was fucking horrid. And I'm trying to get him, and he just keeps crawling just out of reach, and then I have to like go around to the other side of the car, try to get him. He crawls just out of reach over and over again until I'm a fucking pile of sweat because it's 97 degrees and I've been running around a car for half an hour. And it's like, okay, have fun. I guess I'll get you later.
I've had cats that were
And then my phone
outdoor.
fell out of my pocket and I forgot about it, and I think I caught it like just in time before it fucking circuits fried in the
Oh my
sun.
god.
Yeah. Because like I
Yeah, every
picked
time I've had
I
outdoor cats, I just let them come home. But at
yeah,
this point,
the
I'm just
thing
like,
is
outdoor
like
cats suck.
I don't want outdoor cats because I've been burned too many times. Like
Yeah.
no outdoor cats for me anymore. But Vito wants to be an outdoor cat, and we have to go to great lengths to stop him from doing that. And every once in a while, we just have to give up because he's too crafty.
I was gonna say, is he like an escape artist? Is he like
Yes,
open
he's
shit?
a
Oh, okay.
fucking escape artist. Oh my god. He fucking knocked the like you know how like a window unit AC there'll be like that paneling that's like
Yep.
on the sides of it. He knocked one of those out and got
Yeah,
out through
I've had a
that.
cat do that before. Yep.
Now there's like a picture frame sloppily duct taped to it to keep him out.
It's funny because we have like our kitchen window, and if we leave that open, it's fine. Like with the screen, that's fine. But like my parents' bedroom window, if that one's open with the screen, they try to open the screen. And I think it's because it's closer to ground level, so they'll like see like a squirrel or something, or like a mouse or like whatever, and so they just like they want to fucking get out there. But like maybe the kitchen window, they don't try to get out there because it's like a little higher up. I don't know.
Yeah, but Vito wants to go see all his friends because we let them hang out in like the back porch. Um, and I guess I don't know if cats can just like sense where there's other cats, but now there's just like a rotating cast of stray cats that hangs out in my backyard and occasionally comes up to the door and starts meowing back and forth with my cats.
They're just talking.
Yeah, they're just
They're
hanging.
still a little gossip.
They're just chilling, having a conversation.
Dude, did you hear what Sparky over on Main Street did?
There was one. I haven't seen him in a while. I wonder how he's doing. But my first love, not my literal first cat. I had like childhood cats, but they never really liked me. My first love was my cat Steve, who I'm sure I've talked about on this program before.
It rings a bell, yeah.
He was a stray who we took care of and fed for a very long time. He got sick and didn't come back. You know, regular stray cat fare. But there's this other cat, one of these cats, who hangs out in my backyard. Literally looks like the spitting image of Steve, but smaller. Like exactly the fucking same cat, but if you fucking like took him in Photoshop and shrunk him a little bit. It was fucking crazy, and like it took like my mother was not about to have a third cat, and it took all of my self control to not try to adopt that cat.
Man, Craig let you do soundboards.
I know.
I was gonna hit you with the chicken jockey
Chicken jockey.
or the flint and steel. I have like 40 fucking soundboards for Minecraft movie
I've
at this
embraced
point.
the Minecraft movie memes. I heard a What's New Scooby Doo remix with Minecraft movie memes. That was silly.
It's just good.
It's
Like the
pretty good.
memes, not the movie. I haven't seen the movie. It might be good. I've heard it's
I
not.
have not seen the movie. I've heard from some people it's bad. I've heard from some people it's okay. I don't think I've heard anybody say it's good, but I've heard bad and I've heard okay. So I'm curious to see where I will fall. All the memes seem like entertaining. So I'm like I could see myself being engaged in this as like a silly, stupid like family movie.
So my friend went and saw it, and he told me all the memes are in like the first 30 minutes.
Ah,
So maybe just not a good movie.
yeah. You see, maybe not. Now that I know that. Speaking of new movies, this fucking Lilo and Stitch shit. It's so conflicting because like everything I've heard about the movie, 95% of what I've heard about the movie actually sounds like it's like a good and like faithful and fun remake. Until the two very particular details that are like the most important to me. The fact that they made Jumba the villain of the movie, and the fact that they made Nani leave Lilo to go to college at the end, which is just like so
Oh, that
fucked. It's all fucked, and like it sounds
also
like
you
everything
mean you
else
mean
leading.
Gantu.
Yeah, they just got rid of Gontu. He's not
So
in there.
you said Jumba or Jumba,
Yes, Jumba's the villain.
kind of.
No, no, no. They made him the main villain.
Oh, they made him the villain in the movie. Oh, I see.
Yes,
Oh, that's weird.
they deleted Gantu from existence, and now Jumba's the
Sorry,
main
yeah.
villain.
Sorry, I thought what you said is they got rid of Jumba as the villain, and I was like, hold up.
No, 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 no. They got rid of Gantu as the villain and replaced
Yeah.
him with Jumba.
The things that pissed me off because I didn't know that Jumba was the the villain. But the thing that pissed me off watching the original trailer was, first of all, um, them like CGIing into like people, like Jumba and Pleakley, instead of being a beautiful cross-dressing family. Like
Yeah, it's
Pleakley is
fair.
like I like Pleakley as like Roger from American Dad, just like wearing like clearly an alien wearing clothes. Like that's comedy to me. I love it.
And it's like they refused to lean into it even a little. Like if he had transmorphed into a woman and was just dubbed over by
I'd be
Bleakley's
a little
voice
happier.
actor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But then yeah, the other thing is there was no Gonzu. That sucks.
Because they said it doesn't work in live action, which like what?
Wow.
What do you mean? Could you not CGI? Like I guess you would have to CGI three more characters at that point. You would have to CGI Gantu, you would have to CGI Ruben, and you would have to CGI Hamsterville. Is it really that hard to do that?
Right, especially when you've eliminated so much of the CGI by replacing Jumba and Pleakley in the first place, like real actors most of the
Yeah.
time. Like I get it. Like that's expensive CGI if you're gonna have them just be aliens the whole time, and you're already CGIing Stitch. Because this is that
Yeah.
Lilo and Stitch was my favorite movie, and I love the show obviously as a
It's
kid.
just like there have been
Like
movies that are like nothing but CGI, and like Disney has money. Like, it shouldn't be that hard to have CGI characters in a movie.
yeah, I don't know. I do think it's like it sounds like it's pretty good aside from the like couple of nitpicks.
It's just like I don't want because it's so successful. Now this is going to turn into a franchise. And if it turns into a franchise, they better figure out how to fucking redeem Jumba immediately. Because
Right.
Jumba is very important to that family dynamic.
Like yeah, literally that's like my beautiful cross-dressing dads.
Yeah.
Like I love them.
Maybe they're gonna do Stitch has a glitch and Jumba fixes his glitch and that's his redemption arc.
Oh god.
Was that movie bad? Stitch has a glitch?
I I don't remember the other movies that much. I don't think it was. I, or I don't think it was very good rather.
No, Was it? I don't
I think it was
know.
okay.
Like, because there was Lilo and Stitch, and then there was Lilo and Stitch 2, Stitch Has a Glitch, and then there was Stitch the movie, which was a backdoor pilot for Lilo and Stitch the series.
Yeah,
And then once that
the
was
series did
over,
fuck.
and then they completed the series with a movie called Leroy and Stitch, and
Like
that was
Leroy and Stitch, I did like.
and that
I
was
forgot
all
about
the
Leroy
that
and
was all
Stitch.
the
But yeah,
Stitch stuff they did, at least in America. Because then
that's
there was
true. Yeah, there was the
there was
anime.
a Stitch anime.
I do remember the anime.
And then there's also a
I didn't watch
Stitch
it though.
Chinese show that they did a
No, there
season
wasn't.
of. Yeah, it's called Stitch and I. It's real. Stitch and AI.
Wow.
I can't believe Stitch is embracing AI. This is bullshit.
I should just watch the Stitch anime at some point because that sounds fun.
I've watched like the first season. It is good. Like you just have to get over that Lilo's not in it, and once you do that, then you're fine.
Yeah,
They replace Lilo with a new little girl, and they replace Hawaii with some fictional island.
it's probably a real Japanese island.
I think it's fictional because it's like it has like magic shit going on, but maybe it's real. I don't know.
um. Oh yeah, you're right. I just looked it up. Yeah, set in the fictional island of the Ryukyus, off the shore of Okinawa, called uh Izayoi, place in
Yeah, that
Kauai.
shows that show's interesting because like a full English dub does exist because it aired in Europe, but it did not air in the U.S. Like they started airing it on Disney XD, and I think the reception was so poor that they just stopped.
Yeah, I mean, I,
Just
I watched
because
all
people were like,
of
"This is bullshit. Where's Lilo?"
I watched all of Lilo and Stitch series, and then I watched all the movies.
It's wild how many fucking crossovers they did for that show. What were they on that they were like, "Yes, that show too, that show that hasn't been on the air since 1999, fucking Recess. Let's do that one."
Stitch was in Recess.
Well, Recess was in Stitch. Recess
Oh,
had been off
Recess was
the
in
air for a
Stitch.
long time.
Okay. Oh yeah, I guess that makes sense.
They did a crossover with Recess. They did a crossover with Kim Possible. They did a crossover with American Dragon Jake Long. I feel like there's one more, but I can't remember it. But those three alone are fucking crazy.
American Dragon Jake Long fucked.
American Dragon Jake Long was awesome. I feel like it fucked a little bit in season one, and then like somebody just went crazy for season two, and then it just became like untouchable Kino. Because like season one, it was more of like a goofy Disney Channel cartoon, and then when they did the redesigns, they also like pumped up the story.
The story got insane. Yeah.
Yeah, but all right, I think we've uh more than filled our obligated time here. Do you have any other burning things to talk about, Violet?
No, I think that's it.
All right. Well, thank you for listening to another Molus Mocast. Hopefully, the last one for a while until he starts walking out on us for this floozy. That fucking traitor, not coming on the Mocast for pussy. What a coward! Coward.
Place your bets now if he actually got any.
We'll find out next week. That's the big cliffhanger. Did Mo get some? Find out next time. All right, Violet. Where can our listeners find you?
You can find me on Twitter at the Violet Fae.
At the Violet Fae. Why are you the Violet Fae?
I think so. That is my Twitter, right?
No, no, that
It is.
is your. I'm asking why are you the Violet Fae?
Oh, I think Violet Fae's taken.
Oh, okay. I know you're just Violet Fae on Blue Sky, which you don't use anymore because I made a Blue Sky for the show for some reason. I was just like, I just want another social media platform that maybe somebody will see me on, and also like Trixie's on there, and I don't use my own Blue Sky, so I kind of wanted to see what she was doing.
Oh,
So it's
okay.
like, two birds with one stone. New place to advertise the show. Get to see what she's up to, and has not been successful so far. But who knows?
Blue Skies is
We might
boring, yeah.
blow up on Blue Sky someday. I'm trying to mimic all of my tweets on Blue Sky as well.
And of course, Riley, where can they find you?
linktr.ee/Riely Cinematic Universe. That's Riely Cinematic Universe. All sorts of podcasts and YouTube channels and various stupid shit up to your ears in content. You'll drown. You'll drown in all the content. Check it out. But all right, folks. I think that about does it for the MoCast tonight. So I've been Riley.
I've been Violet.
Until next time. Ta-ta.
Bye.
Thank you.
I gotta do your thing, yeah.
Any other guy, and I just wanna take